Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela. I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady and I'm here to show you today how to do the Jacob's ladder. Now this version is done in single crochet. It can also be done in double crochet with a little bit of an adjustment. Okay, so I'm going to give you the measurements on how to do it in a single crochet, and maybe at a later point I'll do it again in some other less bright colours and show you how to do it in a double crochet. But for today you got the single, so come on, let's go and see how we're going to make it today. So for my stitch a week group, we are going to chain 28. For everybody else, it is a multiples of 4 plus 1. Okay, so once you have your desired chain length, we're going to start our first row. So our first row is single crochets all of the way along. So you're going to skip the first chain from the hook and work straight into the second with a single crochet. And as I said, we're going to do that all the way along. Okay, so now we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. We are going to work 4 single crochets along. Now chain 7. Then what you want to do is bring your hook down and pick up that original stitch and work into it with a slip stitch. Then we're going to carry on going along our work for another 4 stitches. Chain 7. Again, work a slip stitch into that very first stitch at the bottom. Do another 4 stitches. I'm going to do this all the way along. Okay, so that is 4 single crochets followed by a chain 7. Okay, so we've got 4 single crochets. I've just done the first one, 2, 3, and then on the 4th I'm going to be changing colours, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to bring up some very bright orange, don't ask me why. Pull that through, and then it's a case of chaining 1 and turning your work. Now for this row, what we're going to be doing is a single crocheting along in blocks of 4, and when we get to the loop we're just going to pop it out the way and carry on going. Okay, so there's the 4th. Grab your loop, push it to the back and off to one side. Okay, and then carry on going with your next 4 single crochet. Move it off to the side. Sometimes you will have to check your stitches and look for your stitches a little bit closer than what you would normally do, just around this point, to make sure that you've got the 4th stitch in the right place and the first of the 4 in the right place. So that's 3, 4, and we do this for the whole row. Meet me back here in a few moments when you get to the end of your row. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of the row now. I've already done 2 of the 4 stitches that we need to end this row. Once you've done that 4th stitch, you're going to chain and you're going to turn, and then we are going to be working on making some more chains. So this is where we go 4 single crochets and then do our chain 7. Now if you're wondering, I got my math wrong on this, and I do this quite a lot. I will overextend my chain and then work out how many chains I actually need to fit my Stitch a Week squares. So I found I actually had 4 more than I needed, like 1 repeat more than I needed. So I've left those chains there at the moment, and I will unpick those later on off camera. It's a little bit easier then. But let's get back to the pattern. So of course we have done our 4 single crochets, and now it's a case of chaining 7. Popping our hook through for that slip stitch so it joins the 2 sides, and then back in we go for our next 4 single crochets. And chain 7. Back in for another 4 single crochets, and this is your row repeat all the way along. For our row repeat on this pattern, it is really lovely and simple. Our first row is the single crochet where you're moving the loops out of the way. Your second row is your loop row, and it is that simple. Okay, so just remember to count in 4s and either push a loop or make a loop, and when you get to the end it is a chain 1 and then turn and work into the first single crochet. It is that simple. If you need a reminder, then zoom back, check the description box down below where I'll put a timestamp in to take you back to the beginning, where I will take you back to the beginning of row number 3 and row number 4. Okay, so far I have got 13 repeats of working my way up. I've counted the bottom one as well. Okay, now comparing it to my lemon peel square, which is the one that I'm using as my size comparison, I need to do another row. So now I'm back with you, and I will show you how to do this bit in a moment. Oops, I did my video around the wrong way. Right, so you have done your 13 rows. Sorry, not 13, but your 13 colour changes, or 26 rows of this pattern. Okay, so you've now got 13 loops. What you're then going to do is, of course, change your colour on the last pull through when you finished your last set of blue loops. And then you are going to do 2 rows of a single crochet, just backwards and forwards, and nice and simple. Then we are going to change to the blue, or your option A colour, on the last pull through. And then it is time to join these loops. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is fix my video so that I can show you how to do these loops. Okay, so you're going to go top to bottom with these. You're going to thread the one above through the one below, pull it out. That now becomes your one from below. Going to do the same again, threading the top through to the bottom, and you do this all of the way up for all of the rows. So I will meet you back here shortly once you have popped them all through. Right, so you're all done and you're all caught up with me, and all of them are sitting all nicely. Right, so and now it's time to make sure that we can pin these ones down. So you've got okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to change back to our first option colour on that very last pull through of the last row. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, right, so now it's time to catch these loops, and what we are going to do is we are going to start off by doing 3 single crochets, now into the 4th. Okay, we're going to grab that loop, that very first one, poke our hook through the centre of it, okay, and then pull our loop through both parts, and then finish off our single crochet. Now what I also like to do is go into the first stitch of the next set of 4 and pop my hook back through that loop again. Okay, that gives us a more stable, as you can see here, a nice stable join, and I think it looks quite cute like that. Okay, so we've just completed the 4th and then the first out of the next set. So we go 2, 3, pop your hook through, pick up your next loop, pull through, finish it off, and then the next loop. Okay, and then we're going to do another 2, then pick up the next loop. Oh, that one's popped out, so let's pull that back through. There we go. Then follow it up with 2 normal single crochets, then prep your next loop, pop your hook through, and then into the next stitch, pop your loop on again. Okay, and you just keep doing that all the way along. So the pattern for this row is 2 normal single crochets and then 2 pick up the loop, as I like to call it, single crochets. Okay, and you do that all the way along this row. and you should end with 3 single crochets. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. That's what it looks like. Okay, so for the last row, it is a normal row of single crochets all the way along. Once you get to the corner, we're going to turn the corner. Okay, so do not cut off your yarn. I will meet you back here when you're coming up to your corner. Right, so here we are for that very corner stitch. You're going to pop in a single crochet, follow that up with a chain 1, and then pop another single crochet into the same spot and then turn. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working down this side. Now you can either work over your yarn, okay, like your yarn tails like I've got here, or you can sew them in first or last, depending on how you prefer to do it. Okay, so now for the stitch pattern down here, it is a single crochet into the end of each row. Okay, so for me that is 2 stitches per colour, and I'm going to do that all the way down, and then when I get to the corner I will meet you there. Okay, so I'm back at the next corner where I've already placed a stitch, chain 1, and then pop another stitch into the same spot. Now you're going to work a single crochet all the way along the bottom into each stitch, and of course when you get to the corner again, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, a single crochet, turn and go all the way up, and then when you get to the top here, we're going to just tie off, and that is it. That will be your your square done, or whatever item you are making. I will meet you back here in a moment to show you what it hopefully should look like. Alright, so to achieve the border for this one, all you're going to do is carry on going. Once you've done that last blue row, you're going to place a single crochet, chain 1, a single crochet into the last stitch to turn the corner, and then go down the side of your work. Now to make sure you've got the right amount of stitches for going down the side, what you're going to be doing is placing 1 single crochet into the end of each row that you've done. Okay, so you do that all the way down, and then of course on that very last stitch you're going to do the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then we single crochet all the way along the bottom, do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet to turn the corner, then we place another single crochet in the end of each row and going up. Then we single crochet, chain 1, a single crochet into that very last stitch, and then a single crochet all the way along to the end. Once you get to the end, it's just a case of a chain 1, pull up your yarn, and then scoot your knot down. Then sew in any leftover ends that you have showing. Right, that is it for me for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below, even if it's crikey girl, that wall is bright. I don't mind. And if you have made this square today, I'd love to see a photograph, so please either email it to me or pop a picture up on the Facebook group. Right, I am going to head off now. I will see you all really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Goodbye for now, everybody.